Morning. Well, it's morning when I record this. It might be afternoon when you watch it, or who knows. I am, as you can see, cleaning my van. I do this every week, sometimes not exactly every 7 days, but mostly every week I give my van, my lovely van, a good old clean. Even if it's not been out on the road much, as it hasn't this week. I probably need to take it for a spin later on, just to make the engine turn over and all of that. I think it's very important that it doesn't stand still for too long. Now, the comments are going to be off because I know people will be critical about whether I'm cleaning the van correctly, whether I'm using the right kind of soap or cloth, or you know what people are like. They get a bit funny and they want to put their 10 pence worth in, and sometimes you just think, I just can't be bothered to deal with all this unsolicited attention when all I'm doing is just doing something whilst I talk to you, getting a chore done. And I know people are trying to be helpful, but sometimes I think if you want help, you'd ask for it. So I would ask on the channel, say, I wonder if you could help me on this. I don't know how to do such and such, and a little bit of advice would be great. But other times, people just offer their advice willy-nilly. Anyway, so this isn't really about comments and things. I'll leave that for another occasion. And I think there is a video I've made. Now, what I have been going through is a little bit of decision making and experimentation on the channel, and you would have noticed that we've got different strands now instead of just the walks that we've had recently. In the last 6 months I've been trying to work out a different direction for the channel, because to continue just doing the walks meant that I needed to go further afield all the time, which in the moment with the crisis of living, cost of living crisis and the cost of diesel and all of that, and taking trips all around England is quite expensive, as you can probably appreciate, even though I would be staying in the van. I can't quite reach the top of this. I have a little knack of doing that, which I will show you. I sometimes use a mop on the very top of the van. Sometimes I don't. Now just make sure I don't fall off as I do this. There we go. There we are, look at that. Now, so, anyway, the point of this video is I have made a decision. I have a number of other channels. The one I've been working on quite a bit at the moment has been Unusual Tales. It used to be known as the Vobes show, and we used to do a live show on that, which was it was a sort of comedy, ranty chat to the audience about all sorts of different subjects. And in the end, it got a bit too much for Julia and I to perform every night, or every other day, whenever it was we did it. And we decided that it was going in the wrong direction. We'd asked for people to send videos in, which they were, which was very kind of them, but they weren't sending in the videos that we wanted for the channel. They were sort of sending in copycat Bald Explorer videos, which is what we didn't want. But sometimes it's difficult to convey a message to an audience, or an audience doesn't like change. So anyway, we stopped doing that, and I thought I'd experiment with stories, telling stories. I like writing. I enjoy writing and coming up with little stories. I used to do children's television and children's stories and writing books. So I thought I'd give that a go. But morning. I put it on its own channel, and I don't know whether, well, it's on the old Vobes show channel. Now I don't know whether, sorry about all the extra noises, I'm hoping that they're not being picked up quite so much. It's either that the algorithm doesn't know what to do with it because it's on an older channel, or the people who were subscribed to that channel are just not interested in the stories. I'm sure people would be interested in the stories because there's been, from those that do watch them, it's been a great response, and I'm very thrilled about that. This might just have to do. It's only a quick wash. I'm not going to polish or all of that sort of stuff today. I've got some very lovely polish that one of my viewers sent in, but I just want to get this pretty much quickly done today. So I'm going to move the camera round so that you can see me on this side as I wash this side and tell you what's happening. It's a little self-indulgent on this episode, so bear with me as I shunt the camera around the van. Here we go. And I'm going to blonk you in about here, I think. Does that seem okay? I reckon so. Splendid. This is all quite fun, isn't it? Having a chat whilst you might find this very self-indulgent. I'm just trying to do two things at once today. So, I'm thinking, now, I'm sorry if there's any wind on the microphone, I can feel it coming this way. And the little microphones that I do occasionally use that clip on, they only clip on, and I thought, I don't want them falling in the bucket, because knowing my luck, that's what would happen. So I'm using this microphone, which doesn't have a fluffy on. The last time I used my other microphone with a fluffy on to stop the wind, and it was very good, the socket came out of the transmitter. And I didn't want that with all this moving about. I didn't want the socket coming out of the transmitter. So I am just on this basic setup today. Anyway, my channel mainly is an entertainment channel, and as you know, I do different things. We've got the English Couple, which is going down very well, and we're enjoying it. We're getting into our swing. We're going to move from the studio to a different place, I think, very soon, and that's going, as I say, it's going down very well. I do the vlogs, and I've been doing a vlog every day, just a sort of chat to the camera about, I don't know, life, the universe and everything, which I'm finding interesting, exploring the type of topics I want to talk about, that kind of thing. So that's developing. All these strands are developing. And then there's the unusual stories on a different channel. And of course, there's the nice walks, there's the nice photography that I have done in the past, and the documentary stuff. And I'm trying to sort of work out in my head what I should do and what will work best for YouTube. Because YouTube is not like a television channel, it's not like a commissioned program that you would make. However, I think YouTube is fast becoming the single most destination that people look at or go to. I just realised that this may be a bit skew-if, actually. My camera looks very skew. There we go, how about that? Is that better? So, I think I'm going to make the channel just as it is. Richard Vobes with Julia, and we're going to do different things. But I'm going to put all my stuff, all of it, the Bald Explorer walks, the Richard Vobes vlogs, the English Couple with Julia, the unusual stories, and whatever other documentary bits and pieces, all on the one channel. Now that may annoy some people, I realise that. By the way, I've got a bit of a cold, if you can hear it in my voice. It's just going now, thank God. I couldn't bear staying inside any longer. I needed to get out. So cleaning the van and doing something physical was quite nice. Because you know what it's like with a cold, you can just sit in there and just vaporise yourself. and I don't want to do that. So yeah, bunging it all on one channel, everything. And there the camera suddenly conked out, and that's, my friends, why I'm not so keen on the GoPro, because sometimes it can let you down. I recorded a further piece, but the GoPro, for some reason, it just sort of failed, so I thought I'd just come in here. I've finished washing the van now and all of that, so it all looks very nice, thank you very much. I did the end and the other side, and it's all good. But I just wanted to end up by saying, I pretty much said everything anyway, but the Vobe show that I was alluded to at the beginning, I think that might be something also that will go either on this channel or on its own channel. I've yet to work that one out because it would be different, but I might put it as a its own on here, bung everything on the channel, and have it once a week, which would be a sort of satirical look at the week, not only just stuff that I've been doing, but also comedy things that have been in the news, interesting tidbits of fun in a sort of wacky, sensey way. But the thing is, I think, as I said before, you're very intelligent. I think you can work out what bits of my content you like and enjoy. So if you like the walks, if you like the more serious stuff, then that's great. If you prefer the comedy, then you can choose it. So in a way, I'm more like a TV station, producing different styles, different content, and you make the choice. And I think that's the best thing to do, rather than have lots of channels scattered about. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I hope it all makes sense, and just keep your eye out and you'll see. I'll try and reflect in the thumbnails that it's obvious which ones are in the future. So there you go. Right, I better go and sweep the floor inside the van, make it all tip-top and Bristol shape should we go out on another camping or day spree, which would be lovely. Take care, bye-bye.